it's nice to be back outside again, right? And it's a Wednesday night. My favorite night to gather. Turning point of the week. It means we've survived another week. Basically. Anyone can muscle through a Thursday and then, and then mail it in on Friday. And boom! Dunsky. It's 3 days till we roll on the weekend. 3 days till it's on. 3 days till I coast like a demon. 3 days till I'm gone. Ba-da-da, 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 da-da. Like a pinball, out of control. I got dreams, simple schemes. I wanna roll like a gambler, hard on the roll. It's 3 days till we roll on the weekend. Every clock is counting down. Till I coast like a demon. 3 days till I'm found. Ba-da-da, 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 da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. You fight or you might goes to holding the anvil off of your back. Ease your mind in 3 days time. You're gonna fire like a piston, hard on the track. 'Cause it's 3 days till you roll on the weekend. 3 days till it's on. Like a demon. 3 days till I'm gone. And it's 3 days till we roll on a weekend. Every clock is counting down. 3 days till I coast like a demon. 3 days till I'm found. Days till I'm gone. 3 days till I'm gone. 3 days till I'm gone. All right. Oh, darn it. We had it good with that sky, didn't we? Yeah, it's a pretty night. I'm here with Tom, my neighbor, stopped by to hang with us again tonight. Yeah, man, we have, so for my birthday, Allie knows that I have been wanting to get better. I've been wanting to learn how to be able to grill. Now that we have this little cabin here in the desert, it's time for me to, get to know my grill. It is, I think, I feel a very innate masculine drive to want to master my grill and cook lots of delicious things on it. And so for those of you who were at the Ramble, joined us at the Ramble, you saw my step-by-step making of my burgers. So that was my spring project out here. Started with the burgers. So for my birthday, Allie had shipped in a whole bunch of really great different kinds of meats, most of which at this point I have managed to either burn or undercook in some fashion. But there were 2 awesome ribeye steaks in that, and I've been waiting. I was waiting, and a couple days ago we tried our first ribeye, and I actually did it. Right. It was so good. I got the grill up to the right heat. I put salt and pepper on. I just had it rest on the meat for a little while before it went on the grill. I put it on the grill for 3 minutes, and then I moved it 90 degrees so it would get so it'd have cross-grain grill marks. And then after 6 minutes, I swapped it, and I had a meat thermometer, and I was ready to wait until that meat thermometer got to exactly 138 degrees on the inside of that steak, so it would be perfectly medium rare. And then, my meat thermometer kind of blew up. And the steak turned out great anyways. But tonight is ribeye number 2, and I'm really excited about it. We got a whole bunch of veggies we're going to grill up, and so it's going to be a good night. And Allie has been experimenting with making ice cream out here, and so we are going to be trying her latest batch tonight. So it's a good Wednesday night, man. I'll tell you. Woo. I got a new song that I want to share with you all today. We've got a special birthday greeting from Alex Martin. He is 31 years old today. Alex, I don't know if you're watching or if you'll watch later, but I miss you, brother. I wish you were drumming with me right now, today. That would be nice for me. And I did say on the description that I have, you're going to be visited by our favorite desert neighbor here at the gathering. And although Tom certainly is one of our favorite desert neighbors, that is not the desert neighbor I was referring to. And so stay tuned for that as well. Lots to do. But before that, this is I have a couple leftovers from request night that were songs that I've been wanting to get to anyways, and I thought they were great requests. It turned out that a lot of you gatherers were saying that on Saturday night, which was our request night, it was Daniel the Brave night. Daniel the Brave released 12-12-12. So I thought I would play this song, a story song inspired by a dream I had about being out in the desert, not too far and not too different from this one, well before I ever knew that I was going to be connected to a desert. The portentous beginnings of Daniel the Brave. I was wandering in a desert town, waiting on a wire. I met a brown-haired girl preaching brimstone and fire. Well, she drove an old pickup, she had dust on her shoes. Said, let's make for the sunrise, he's called us to move. Well, I jumped up in shotgun, thinking, what could I lose? And I just creation. I could dream to know. Well, she drove fast like a rocket, straight like a train. 120 miles out, she asked me my name. At a little truck stop, she told them all to reach for the sky. She held up a pistol, there was a grin in her eye. She threw me a Bible, said to read them a line. Well, I sang like a preacher while she took every dime. And I think love is the strangest creation. I couldn't dream to know. We had as a child, called him Daniel the Brave. We were living in a shack behind a Navajo grave. Well, I woke one morning to a rope and some words on a sheet. She was hanging in a note read, baby, I just can't see. And when I get to 100, in heaven we'll meet. And I think love is the strangest creation. I could dream to know. Now me and Daniel, we travel with the wind at our backs. Sleeping out on freight beds, sharing bread from my pack. Well, I don't know about religion, but I'd like to believe that if there's a heaven, she's there waiting for me, where the trucks all drive fast and the mileage is free. I think love is the strangest creation. I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation. I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation. I could dream to know. Okay. My hair's doing a weird thing, isn't it? Man, I saw the craziest thing when I was finishing that. When I was finishing that song, it was this comment, and I say this. I've said this before. I say this often, as a matter of fact. I really don't see most of the comments that happen because the comment screen is moving past so quickly. So like right now, I really don't see a lot of the words that are spinning through the screen, but I see a lot of claps and hearts, and that makes me super happy. I love that song too. I have, but there was this one comment. I just looked down, and I don't know what this was the conversation that led up to this, but it said, "Me too." Same with Whiskey Memphis Sky, riding on it. I'm riding on that train. You know, maybe somebody said that song makes me feel like I'm riding on a train. And so this is so cool because Daniel the Brave, the portentous beginnings of Daniel the Brave, that story is supposed to be, right, the kind of precursor to Daniel's story. And I talked about this once, but I have been in the midst of this has been this is a decade-old project at this point, right? But I still have it in my mind, and I have it a lot mapped out, right? That there's this story of Daniel's life, and it takes place in kind of musical form. And in the first scene of so for those of you that aren't lyric listeners, in that story, there's a fella who falls in love with a preacher woman, like an outlaw preacher woman. She's a preacher, but she also seems to have no qualms with stealing at gunpoint. And they end up having this child named Daniel the Brave. And she ends up committing suicide. And at the end of this song, Daniel and his father are kind of living off the road, hopping trains. So in the opening scene of this musical, actually that song that Candace mentioned, Whiskey Memphis Sky, that is the song that is playing. In the opening scene, there is a group of train hoppers that Daniel and his father, everybody calls the preacher, not because he's religious, but because of a scene from that song, Daniel the Brave. So Daniel and the preacher are sitting in the train, and there is this bluegrass band that is playing Whiskey Memphis Sky, and they're riding through the night. Anyways, I thought that was really cool that Candace felt that there was a connection somehow, that those two songs made her feel the same way. They're very much inspired by the feeling of being on a train. And they're very much connected to each other. So that made me super happy. Thank you, Candace. I can't believe I saw that comment in the midst of all the comments that are going on. So let's talk about some more songwriting. Actually, before that, let's do a birthday video from Alex. Can we do that? Let me see if he's here. Here he is. Alex Martin, people.
Happy holidays, everyone, and happy birthday to me.
Yep, that's our special boy. That's our special boy on his birthday. Happy birthday, brother. I wish, man, I wish you were here hanging with us. I really do. I miss playing with you. Yesterday I had a visit from Poche. Today, Alex. It's a good week, man. So, so this song that I want to share with you today, it's a song I've never shared with anyone again, and it came about in a really cool way that feels very much this. It's a song that I wrote with a great songwriter down in Montgomery, Alabama, named Rick Hansen, and our story. We have Rick and his wife Elizabeth have become very close friends with all of us in the band. I forget how it started. It must have been almost 10 years ago now. We were playing. It was like a router date. We were on tour, I believe, with Corey Smith as an opening band, and we had like a Sunday, and we were playing in a community theater in Montgomery. Nobody knew who we were in Montgomery. The theater was probably a quarter filled, and we were playing, and Rick and Elizabeth were there, and after that day, they were part of the family, and they reached out. And since then, Rick is in a band called the Bama Sound, or just Bama Sound, and they have been kicking ass down there for years and years, and I remember him reaching out. I forget how, but somehow he got in touch, and he said, "Well, how come you guys don't come down here more often? I really think, Elizabeth and I really think that people would love you down here." And I probably answered something along the lines of, "Man, would love to, but no one wants to hire us down there because no one's going to pay money to come and see us down there because nobody knows who we are yet down there." And that's our biggest challenge. And this is a story that has happened in so many places around the country, and it's so cool. I mean, Rick he said, "You know what? All right, well, fine. Then I'll figure something out. Stay tuned." And I forget how long later, a week later, a couple weeks later, he's like, "Okay, I got I've got a place, and we're gonna sell tickets, and we're just gonna do this grassroots." And we came down. We had an amazing time. We hung out. We got to know Rick and Elizabeth, and a bunch of people came out. And since then, Rick has organized a ton of shows for us down in Montgomery. Rick and Elizabeth are single-handedly responsible for our awesome little fan community that we have down in that pocket of the country. It is awesome, and slowly, as the relationship built, Rick started writing songs, and he would play me the songs sometimes when I was in town or we were touring through, or if they traveled out to see us somewhere else, he would play me some of the songs, and we would like workshop some of the songs together. And one day I was in town, and I think it was for a Get Folks tour or something like that. Band wasn't with me, and I said, "You know what, Rick? Why don't we sit down? I think I had a day off or a afternoon off or a couple hours in the morning off, probably more likely." I said, "You know what? Let's just sit down and let's write a little. Let's see if we can write a song." So we did. We wrote a song that day, and that's the song that I want to play for you now. This is a song called "My Kind of Lion," and we thought that this was we want to write a fun song, right? Yet another song meant to be from a female voice, from a female perspective, which seems funny for two dudes to decide to do that, except that Rick's band, Bama Sound, is traditionally fronted by some amazing female vocalists that they've had play with them over the years. And so we wanted to write something that his band could sing. And so we were, and actually this song, as we were writing it, we were saying to ourselves, well, this could be written actually from a female perspective or male perspective. And I was just thinking about it, and it really doesn't, it works from this female voice. It's about two people in a bar, right? And picture the scene, enter scene, smoky bar, nasty, smoky, cloudy bar. Remember the good old days when we used to hang out in bars and stuff like that? We could do that. Well, we're rewinding to the good old days of 2019 and before, when people would go to bars, and then and there was a guy that is like working hard to pick up this gal, and this was the scene that we wanted to create, right? This gal kind of leaning in and saying, "Look, listen, man, I know you're full of shit, but guess what? I'm kind of full of shit too. Let's just be bad and lie to each other and have fun tonight and not care about the rest," right? And we both thought that was like kind of a fun, this could be a cool character to kind of write from. And actually, as I was working through it today and kind of thinking about the song and singing, I was thinking, oh man, you know what? I really like this song. And I actually played around a little bit with the concept of it coming from a male perspective. But that leaning in and just saying, let's lie to each other, it's not as special for, coming from a fella's voice, right? I think. What I do think is this song could potentially work as like a duet with a male and a female singer kind of singing to each other. But anyways, I'm going to see if I can remember all these words. This is a first for me because I know that Rick is and Elizabeth are both hanging out and watching tonight. So this is the first time I have kind of played a song for the first time that I've co-written with somebody else, and the co-writer is actually watching me in real time. No pressure. Rick, my apologies. I messed with some of the words, as may or may not surprise you. But I've been really enjoying singing this, and as I'm often finding myself saying, I love that music is a living art form, and so there's lots of different ways songs can be interpreted in song. And so, all right. You've been undercover. Oh yeah, so just remember, gatherers, I was talking a lot, but I am a woman in this song, okay? You just have to picture this coming from a female's voice. In my case, a very gravelly sounding female's voice. You've been undercover, trying to be my lover. You say you never come here, the bartender knows you drink by heart. I don't recall the first impression. I've thrown out my discretion. Listen close to what I tell you, and you'll be a lucky fella tonight. I'll tell you you're handsome. You tell me I'm fine. I'll be sweet, you'll be funny. I'll have grace, you'll have money. That's my kind of dying. I'll say I've never done this before. You'll tell me it's your first time. I'll give you a chance, boy. Get up and dance, 'cause that's my kind of dying. This bar has got crazy. My vision's gotten hazy. We can have ourselves some chatter, but it really doesn't matter tonight. Got it. Boy, you better fake it. Get on up and shake it. And we are gonna take it as far as we can make believe tonight. I'll tell you you're handsome. You tell me I'm fine. I'll be sweet, you'll be funny. I'll have grace, you'll have money. That's my kind of life. You say you've never done this before. I'll tell you it's my first time. And I'll give you a chance, boy. Get up and dance, 'cause it's my kind of life. It's my kind of life. It's my kind of life. Hey, that's my kind of life. That's my kind of life. That's my kind of life. Well, not a perfect rundown, but we did okay. We did okay. Got it across. I think that could be a really fun song. But I do think that it's got to come from a gal singing. Thanks for all the claps. I'm glad y'all like it. Wow. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, you may see, Elizabeth Hanson is one of our nightly gatherers. Here she is, so y'all can recognize her. Now, Rick, he works out a lot. In fact, he is so strong that he can't actually type on the keyboard. His fingers go right through the keyboard. And so he is actually there. When you see Elizabeth on the chat, it's really Elizabeth and Rick. Rick is waiting on dinner, and Elizabeth is refusing to dine with him until the gathering is over. That is the household tradition down there in Montgomery, I believe. Thank you for letting me share that one. It's a challenge. It's never been right. It is, how should I say it? When I write, I am rarely attempting to write something humorous. Oh my gosh, we got to switch to the, oh, look at that. The sunset cam. Yeah, that's pretty tonight, isn't it? When I write, I'm rarely trying to write funny. And sometimes a song will come out somewhat humorous, oftentimes unintentionally, or like not that I'm not meaning for a song to be humorous, but more that wasn't really the goal when I started, right? Well, this is a song. This is a song that I feel like a lot of people over the years, a lot of Adam Ezra Group audiences and fans in our extended family have gotten a chuckle or two over, and it's a song called "She's Just the Girl That I Knew," and inspired by a friend of mine wanting to go on a date with an ex-girlfriend. And I thought that was, I thought to myself, that this is a song. This has to be a song. This has to be a song. Here it is. I can recall sneaking up to her house, ran through the night. The bar. I can recall sneaking up to her house, ran through the night. The dogs barked so loud, yeah, I was convinced that they'd wake up the neighbors for sure. And I recall some of those nights the best. Fell asleep with her head on my chest, hoping and praying her dad wouldn't barge through the door. Those days are gone, and they're gone now for good, and I have moved on like I knew that I would. Thinking about her like I got nothing better to do. Man, she's just a girl that I knew. I recall on a cold rainy day, my jacket held open, we huddled in place. Sammy looked over, he said that's when he'd figured it out. And I recall a few months passing time, all the while her hand resting in mine. But let me assure you, I haven't the least bit of doubt. Those days are gone, and they're gone now for good, and I have moved on like I knew that I would. I'm quite certain those feelings will never renew. Man, she's just a girl that I knew. I recall on the phone yesterday, you told me you'd met her at a bar along the way. You said that she looked like a heavenly angel in jeans. You said you shared a few drinks for a while. She must have fallen in love with that smile. You walked her home safely, but I think I know what that means. Those days are gone, and they're gone now for good. I have moved on like I knew that I would. I promise I'll give you the greenest of lights to pursue. Man, she's just a girl that I knew. Now I'm sure you'll perfect couple, both so pretty, smart and nice. And when someday you I really am wishing the best for you too. A house, a few kids, a dog and a pool. You'll deserve it, for you will have given each other your hearts. Late at night when you can't figure out what in the world she's dreaming about. Sure, it's not me, she'll be wishing she chose from the start. Those days are gone and they're gone now for good. She has moved on like I knew that she would. As great as it was, I'm certain she's happy we're through. 'Cause she's just a girl that those days are gone and they're gone now for good. I have moved on like I knew that I would. Her parents both love me, but I'm sure that there's room for you too. 'Cause she's just a girl that those days are gone and they're gone now for good. And we have moved on like I knew that we would. Remember these words when your deepest of doubts come to view. And she's just the girl that I Okay then. All right. I feel like I have been having a little bit of a hard time with volume tonight, but I hope you all can hear. Okay. Thank you for the claps. All right. Well, I promised you a visit from Allie's and my favorite neighbor. All right. Now, I am warning you before I play this. This video is not for the faint of heart. This, I promised you, is a video of
having, partnering with us and running Cancer Seek, but they're like...
This is Crash in the window. You can see him there. And he just swallowed a mouse. Now, when I catch the mice, I leave them there on that little stool. And he picks them up. He has taken down one mouse already. And we are wondering whether or not he is going to take down this second mouse. I'm going to fast forward. He takes it over to this section now. And it looks like he's picking it up. But he's actually flipping it around to try and get that little mouse head first. And you don't really... It is pretty crazy that a skinny little bird like him... Oh! And there it goes. Now watch his belly puff right up. That is... that is a very fat and happy roadrunner right there. He looks so proud after he eats too. Look, oh, did you see his little tuft go up? Yep, he's pretty psyched. 2 mice. There you go. There he is. He does a little bow right there. And gone. Whew. Yep. So I mean, really, right? This desert does not belong to us. It belongs to the mice and the snakes and the cacti and we're only visitors here. And but that said, when you have a house, a rickety 50-year-old house, 70-year-old house like mine, it tends to have a lot of holes in it, and so really, it takes a bit of an effort to work on sealing up those holes and keeping down a rodent population right around right around a cabin. And so, as mentioned before, I have become an ardent defender of my little homestead cabin, and that unfortunately requires the lives of many a rodent here and there. But between Crash, the Roadrunner, and the Ravens that come and stop by, do you remember? For those of you that remember, when I showed you that rock that has our new sculpture out on it. When sometimes I will leave some mice for Crash, and sometimes I'll leave them out on that rock next to that sculpture, and the ravens just swoop down and they pick them up each day from us. So, all right. Well, so you've met Crash, you've met Wrangler, you've met a lot of people out here in the desert, a lot of our neighbors. You've heard, I don't think Tom's made it onto the camera yet. We'll have to get him on one of these days, but you've certainly heard from Tom, at least our neighbors. All right, I'm going to play another song that I've only shared maybe once or twice at the gatherings and never before the gatherings. And this is one inspired by a friend of mine who during college had a really bad experience with acid, with psychedelics, and he lost himself for a while, and when he came home, I just took kind of it upon myself to hang with him as much as possible, and I was just figuring out the guitar, and so we would play a lot of guitar together, and oftentimes I would use the guitar to just help him find words that he was not really able to find just conversationally, and this is a song that came out of it, and it's called Mask. When there was one night, we had some clay. My father loves to sculpt, and so we always had clay around the house, and so I was trying to figure out an outlet for my buddy to be able to kind of express himself, and so we spent the night making sculptures out of clay, and he made this very emotionless mask, which I thought was telling, like, this thing that he was maybe trapped behind. Anyways, and that was what inspired the title of this song. So, one of the very early songs, right? One of my very first, this was written during the very first year or two of writing songs, and after my freshman year of college is when we came home, and so here we go. So many colors are in my mind, so many days and things we leave behind, so many days that pass me by in the song blink of my eye. How can I find my way home from this journey that's done me wrong? And I must find my way home before another and I find my way home from this journey that's done me wrong, and I must find my way home before another day has that brown mask will take my place to a world that I can't face. All their lips, they point my way, but I can't understand what they're saying. I can't understand. Won't you help me understand? And I must find my way home from this journey, and it's done me wrong. And I must find my way home before another day has gone. I don't know. I think it needs better ending than that, maybe. I never wrote one. What's really interesting, what I find interesting when I play that song, because it's just coming from such a different part of my life, right? But, you know, throughout high school especially, I was in love with, thank you for the claps. I was in love with, I would just have the classic rock station on all day, 24/7, right? Anytime I was in my car. Kids, back in the day, when you got into your car, you listened to something called the radio, and it was awesome. And there were radio stations that played different genres of music, and back in the good old days, that was really a lot of people used to do that. But man, in the 60s and the 70s, those rock and rollers were really, they were not afraid to just take a song from one place to a completely other place. You know, these days, songs are very structured and compact, right? But like, you know, the idea of going from like, I kind of love that. It's not a change that I would make these days in my writing, but in songs that I'm writing. But man, I can feel the influence of all those bands, all those cutting edge 60s and 70s bands who were just not afraid to take risks and chances with structure and melody. Pretty fun for me. Hope it was fun for you too. This is a fun Wednesday night. Thank you for hanging. And man, Alex, if you're watching this after the fact, or you're out there right now, happy birthday, man. I miss you, brother. Yeah. Tom is about 2 whiskeys in right now, which is good. That's my favorite time to hang with Tom. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the lands above. Some say it's a glance of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to round good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly and won't come again. May our lives all burn bright, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who want with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is unless. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Cheers. Fun night. It's been a fun week. We've had a lot of stuff going on this week. I appreciate you all spending time with me. I hope you're all hanging in there. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another, and I'll see you tomorrow.